Hello everyone, this is Anna. Welcome to today's video. It's been a long time and I am ready to come back. Yesterday was my birthday and for a while, I'd been feeling into how to come back. I'd been feeling that it was time to come back and share more of myself and also my beautiful card decks with the world. And I wasn't quite sure how to go about it, but this morning it finally landed, and the answer is surprisingly simple. I feel like, for now at least, I just need to come back with the Oracle of the Magical Fairy Forest and my card decks, and so I'll be sharing more videos, mostly readings, likely, with my card decks with you over the next little while. And so today I want to pull a card from the Oracle of the Magical Fairy Forest, and then also I'm going to do some work with the companion journal. So basically I'm going to open it somewhere randomly and then get an additional message for you with some journal prompts for you to reflect on. And then I may or may not have a little surprise for you at the very end. But let's get started with the Oracle of the Magical Fairy Forest. And I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards and randomly pull a card for you. While I'm shuffling, I invite you to take a moment to close your eyes, take a few nice deep breaths, and set an intention or ask a question for this reading. And this message is going to be for this coming week or whenever you see this video. And as always, please listen to your own intuition first. Whatever resonates with you most, that is the message that you need to hear most right now. Okay, so a card jumped out while I was shuffling, and it is card number 13 in the deck, The Waking Dream. You are the dreamer and the dream. Embrace the paradox. So this card was inspired by a vision that came to me on a medicine journey, or not even so much a vision, but a realization I had, or a message that came to me. And it was basically about, the paradox that on one hand, we are the creators of our own reality and we have the power to choose our reality and create our reality the way we decide. But at the same time, I got the invitation to consider that the journey might actually be a lot more fun and interesting if I simply allow it to create itself. So if I simply allow the dream to create itself. So today I invite you to reflect upon what this might mean for you. And, either message may apply for you right now. So you may be in a place where you feel like life is kind of going on autopilot and just doing whatever it wants to, and maybe you're feeling a sense of loss of control, or things are just not feeling great. And so sometimes in those situations, there is a place to, first of all, remember our power as creators and just be a bit more intentional about what you actually want to experience in your life and take charge of what you're creating. And so whether that is through taking aligned action or also asking for support, whether it is from the universe, putting the intention out there, being open to receiving, and sometimes also asking our human friends for help. But if you feel like, maybe on paper your life looks amazing and, everything looks kind of perfect from the outside, but deep inside you feel like there's something missing, or there's a lack of passion, or life has gotten a little bit boring and stagnant, sometimes the answer to that really is to let go more and to allow yourself to be surprised, rather than being, needing to be in control of everything, needing to be in control of how everything unfolds, or even what you're creating, and invite life to show you a different path or take you to a new place or new places, invite you on a new adventure. And I notice this often in my videos, that somehow there's one word that I keep repeating, and in this video, it is the word invite or invitation. So I'll invite you to reflect on that as well and see what that might mean for you. Okay, I'll leave it at that for now for this card. Next, I'm going to randomly open the companion journal somewhere and get an additional message for us. That might be a clarifier, or yeah, just something that is like an additional message for you, or some questions to reflect upon. So the companion journal is an optional add-on to the card deck. You can get it if you have the card deck and you want to get the journal. You can also get the journal on its own, or you can, work with the journal on its own as well. But I think it's really meant to be a companion for the deck. But the journal basically contains some additional messages and also some rituals or practices that you can work with, and then some questions for self-reflection. And it's really meant to help you deepen your work with the cards. So here's where I opened, let me see. So here's where I opened the journal. This one is the Leap of Faith card. So I'll just read this to you, and then I'll read maybe one question for you that you can reflect on. So, leap of faith. What is your heart calling for? Be brave and bold. Dare to embrace what delights your soul. Once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. That is actually a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, who was a famous author in a previous century. If I'm correct, it was the 19th century, but don't quote me on that. I love this quote. And yeah, I'll just read a little bit more, and I'm already seeing a connection to the card I pulled, but here's the practice. So think of something you've been wanting to do but have been putting off for a long time. Have an honest conversation with your heart. Where are you holding on to false securities? Are you chasing shiny objects or heeding the voice of your soul? If you stopped listening to fear and decided to pursue what truly lights you up, what would you choose? Go ahead and take a step towards something that's calling your spirit, even if it feels like a risk. And the affirmation at the bottom is, it is safe for me to follow my heart. And so the connection that I see here to the card is, it's really about letting go of the false securities. And, we have this biological need as human beings to feel safe on our journeys, but the soul and the spirit really likes to explore and grow and expand. And when we stay in the same place for too long, even if it feels safe and comfortable, it can also get kind of stagnant and boring. And the greatest magic often happens in those unknown spaces when we take a risk or a leap, and when we really have the courage to step into something new, even if we don't know exactly what's expecting us there. But at the same time, if this resonates with you, you will have that feeling in your heart. You will have that resonance in your heart, and you will feel, there's something that's nudging you, and intuitively you will know that this is the right next step for you to take. And so the invitation for you here is to trust that you're fully supported, and remember that the magic is within you and the power is within you, and you truly do have the power to create anything that you imagine. At the same time, it is a co-creation, and you're not alone on this journey. So I'll just read at least one question to you, but maybe I'll just read all of them to you. And if you like, you can journal about these questions in your journal, or if you have the companion journal, this might be your time to put your answers on the pages here. So first of all, are there any choices right now that you are feeling conflicted about? And then what fears are holding you back from making an aligned decision? What fear is holding you back from deciding? What comes up for you there? And then finally, what leap of faith is your heart guiding you to take right now? And if you need to reflect on this, take the time you need, but also with this card, usually it's more of a message to trust what you already know and not delay too much longer. All right, and ultimately trust what feels right to you and your own timing, because you know what is true for you. So I mentioned in the beginning of this video that I may have a little surprise for you. So actually I'm going to pull an extra bonus card for you from a new card deck that I got recently. I've mostly been supporting other independent creators on their journeys lately, but there's this one, I guess, more mass market deck that jumped out at me recently. It just showed up randomly on Instagram. Somebody was flipping through the cards and I knew that I needed to get it. I actually got it as an early birthday present for myself. So it's the Disney Fairies Tarot deck, and it's just the cutest deck. It just makes me so happy. So I wanted to share it with you. And yeah, it's just everything about it is so cute. You see the inside of the box. And so this is a tarot deck. And if you're not familiar with tarot, tarot can sometimes be a little bit intimidating. It's a more fixed system than an oracle deck. And every card has a specific meaning. And in every tarot deck, you just have different images and different ways of, kind of saying the same thing. But what I love about this deck is, first of all, I love fairies. I love the Tinkerbell movies. I've seen each and every one of them, probably. And so all the characters in this deck are pretty much from the Tinkerbell movies. And it's just so cute and fun. And a reminder that everything in life doesn't need to be quite as serious as we may want to make it, even if, we are looking at what's happening in our inner world here as well. So I'm just going to pull a tarot card as a clarifier or a little additional bonus message. And here it is. So it is the Minister of Snowflakes. And in the traditional tarot, if you're familiar with tarot, this would be the King of Cups. So this is really about emotional maturity. And so traditionally this would be the water suit. In this deck, it's the snowflakes. But water really is about emotion. It is about our inner world. It is also about emotional fulfillment and sometimes, being in the flow of life as well, which would really connect to the other cards here. But yeah, I think this is just about balancing your decisions with, a certain mature approach as well. And, making sure that you're not like blindly jumping into something, but also really prioritizing your emotional fulfillment on this journey. So approach it in a mature way and make sure you're grounded as well. But ultimately, you know what you need to do, and the wisdom is inside of you. Okay, so I think this is what I've got for you in this video, and hopefully I'll be back with more soon. I'm actually getting some inspiration for some more videos I want to share with you. Maybe I'll even record some more today. And one more thing, yes, so I almost forgot about this, but yesterday was my birthday. I think I already mentioned that, and I currently have a birthday sale going on my website, and So you get 15% off all orders over 35 Canadian dollars. And if you pay in another currency, you'll have to do the math. But yeah, it's going to cover, you know, all of my card decks and most of the bigger items. And so this is going to continue until the end of this month. And so you can find my products at magicalthings.ca. I'm going to link a few things down below as well. I'm going to link the card decks and also maybe a couple other things. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to be back with more very soon.